Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Ray Sports News and Debates. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing games 3 and 4 of the NBA Finals between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat, as well as a preview for game 5 tonight. Denver, they won both games in Miami, and Miami really hasn't played well at home. They've been more of a road team in the playoffs, so, kind of beat yourself in the butt because you need to at least win one to make this a series, and now it's 3-1. I think the writing's on the wall about tonight, but without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Game 3, pretty self-explanatory. Denver ran Miami out the gym. Jokic, 32, 21, and 10. Another 30-20 triple-double. Jamal Murray, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. The first time in NBA history, not just playoffs, NBA history, that you had two 30-point triple-doubles in a game, playoff game, NBA Finals, however you want to look at it. First time ever. And that should tell you about how Miami's night went. When their two top guys combined are giving you 66, 31, and 20 between the both of them, that's pretty bad. And, if you combine Murray's and Jokic's rebounds, they basically had the same amount as Miami had for the whole game. Miami only had 33 rebounds for the whole game, and Denver had 58. And that's a big reason why Denver won is they're the best rebounding team, not only in the playoffs, but I definitely think top one or top two in the NBA. You got Aaron Gordon, you got Michael Porter Jr., Jokic. Murray's getting between 5 and 8 rebounds a game. But Butler had 28. Was pretty efficient from the field. Bam, 21 and 17. Although he was 7 for 21 from the field, but he was 8 of 10 from the line, so he kind of, made it up a little bit. But yeah, that's about the summary of Game 3. When you get out rebounded by 25 and you allow two 30-point triple doubles, you're, like I said, writing's on the wall. Denver shot 51% from the field. Miami shot 37% from the field. Obviously, the rebound differential. Assists were pretty similar, 28-20. You had Denver actually had 10 more turnovers than Miami did, and they still lost. But, points in the paint, Denver had 60, Miami had 34, because Jokic lives in the paint, as well as, Aaron Gordon, was getting his. But, that's pretty much Game 3. Game 4 was really the game Miami needed to win. Jamal Murray was 5 of 17. You had Jokic, who was 8 of 19, only had 4 assists. But the thing is, they got Jokic to kind of limit himself. He actually shot 7 threes, which is very unlike Jokic. Jokic is probably in that 3 to 5 3-pointer a game type of player. But Aaron Gordon, MVP Game 4. I don't care what you say. Homeboy went 6 of 7 in the second quarter alone, 15 points. Ended up 11 of 15 for the game, 3 of 4 from 3. Had 27, 7, and 6. And he was the MVP. Without Aaron Gordon, the Heat win this game. Murray did have 12 assists, which kind of helps a little bit. But when their two best players shoot 13 for 36, you should win that game, and Miami didn't shoot really, really much better. Jimmy was 9 of 17. Adebayo was 8 of 19. 25, 7 of 7 for Butler. Adebayo, 20, 11, and 3. So pretty solid numbers all around. for Miami. But again, they're not getting any production outside of those two players. You had Gabe Vincent, Matt Truce, and I mean, them two combined were 1 of 10, 0 of 7 from 3. Duncan Robinson played pretty solid, 5 of 7, had 12 points. Lowry came off the bench, hit a 3. But they are missing Tyler Hero. And the thing is about Tyler Hero, he opens up this offense. I'm not saying more than Jimmy Butler, but with Jimmy Butler and Adebayo on there, you can kind of limit their production to an extent. With Tyler in there, you're not going to be able to, to double on Bam, which they haven't really been doing much of, But it opens Jimmy's game up, having that extra shooter and a guy who can create his own shot on the floor. And they upgraded him to questionable today. I don't think they said he's going to suit up and try to play, but I think it's going to be when Anthony Davis pulled his groin and he tried to go game 6 because the Lakers were down 3-2 to Phoenix, and ended up making it worse. He only played like 4 minutes, and it's a different injury, obviously. He broke his hand, but if he does play, I do feel it's going to change Denver's mindset. And, I'm not saying it's going to go 7, but, I mean, if Tyler can come back, play about 15 to 20 minutes, give Miami some type of a spark, never say never. It could go to game 6. I think teams are 2-132, down 3-1. The Rockets did it back in the day, and then LeBron's 2016 Cavaliers came back from 3-1. But only 23% of teams that are down 3-1 actually force a game 6. So that's less than a quarter of teams that have been in this predicament. But I think this series is over. I think Denver ends it tonight. It's pretty bad. You could have beat Denver when Jokic and Murray were kind of struggling for the most part. And Jokic wasn't even struggling. He just wasn't getting a lot of assists, And, Jamal Murray, I'm not going to lie, he has been putting up solid numbers too. The obvious MVP of the series is Jokic. He's averaging a triple-double in the playoffs, not alone the NBA Finals, at home. And I mean, it's over. I want to see a game 6 just because I like seeing, professional basketball, but I'm a realist. I mean, Jimmy's going to have to pull 35 plus, and Adebayo's going to have to be about 25 to 30. If Tyler can come off the bench, give you 10 to 15 points during his limited minutes, and Duncan Robinson, Matt Strus, and Gabe Vincent hit about 9 to 10 threes between the 3 of those guys, maybe you can force a game 6. Maybe. But even then, I think it's going to be tough. They still don't have an answer for Jokic. The only benefactor that has helped Miami is that Jamal Murray has struggled in 2 out of the 4 games shooting the ball. Not assist-wise, because he can get anybody involved. But I think Denver ends it tonight. I do think Miami is going to fight, because how a lot of these 3-1s go is that it's close, and about the third quarter, which Denver has owned, by the way, all postseason, not alone the NBA Finals, but, I don't want it to end in a 30-point blowout, and I don't think it's going to. I do think Miami is going to fight like their life is on the line. Can they pull off a Game 5 victory? Absolutely. Anything could happen. Jokic could struggle. Jamal could struggle. That whole team could struggle. But when you're not putting 100 points up on the scoreboard, which Miami's only done once out of 4 games, you kind of put yourself in a predicament because they can get scoring from anywhere. They can get KCP to hit threes. They can get, Aaron Gordon. You still have the threat of Michael Porter Jr., who really hasn't played that well this NBA Finals, but has contributed in the minutes that he's given. You got Bruce Brown coming off the bench, but yeah, I mean, Denver's winning this game. I'm a realist. I'm going to say Denver wins 123-115. Jokic, I'm going to say he goes for another 30-point triple-double. I'm rooting for Jimmy, though. The last time Jimmy was in this situation, down 3-1, it was 3 years ago against the Lakers in the NBA Finals. He played all 48 minutes, dropped one of the meanest stat lines ever, and he gave it his all, and I think that's what you're going to see out of Jimmy Butler tonight is he's going to get his teammates involved, but he's going to make sure without a shadow of a doubt he's going to leave everything out on that court tonight. And that is why a lot of the people respect Jimmy Butler. Kind of has a little bit of a cockiness to him, but when you can, I always say, if you can talk mess but you can back it up, then by all means go ahead. I do wish Jimmy would stop calling, we just got to get one, because you said that the last two games and you lost. But, and if you look back in a couple of my videos when I said like the Lakers season was over, what I think this series ultimately came down to was the same thing in the Lakers-Nuggets series. I think the Lakers could have beat Denver. I think Miami can beat Denver. But I know Denver can beat the Lakers, and I know Denver can beat Miami because they've done it 3 times, and every single time they beat them, it has been convincingly. And if Tyler Hero plays games 1 through 4, I do think it's a different series. I do think it's at least 2-2 at the worst, because I felt like they would have stole game 4. They would have won game 2. Game 1 really could have gone either way. Miami just couldn't shoot a lick of the ball game 1. But that's going to be it for today's video. Like I said, I think Denver's winning this tonight. I give Miami maybe a 5 out of 100 chance to win game 5. I think it's possible. I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. At the time of this recording, we are at 118 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much. And let's continue to get this channel growing. Share it, send it out to everybody and anybody that you know. And until next time, you guys have a good one.